Hello and thank you for coming here. Thank you for choosing to watch this video. I am grateful. Yes. I want to answer the question: is sex a basic human need? Right? That's the question I want to answer today. Is sex a basic human need? Before I answer that question, I want you to subscribe if you're not yet subscribed and hit the notification bell so that you get to know every time we post amazing videos. Over the years, we've learned through some social studies and different things we've learned over time that the human basic needs, there are about six, right? Uh, okay, but the ones that easily come to us, readily come to us, usually we remember that okay, the basic need to food, the basic need to water, the basic need to life, right? The basic needs to need of security, the basic need of shelter, and we understand that these are things they are listed as basic needs because it is believed that humans cannot live without these particular things, right? So the question today is sex a basic human need? People have been trying, they have been advocating, yes, we are having individuals, we are having groups who are coming to say where with the way sex is and with the effect sex gives to humans, the boost it gives, the tranquilizer effect, the feeling of being loved, of being wanted, the feeling of conquest, the different amazing feeling, the pleasure, the fun, the recreational activities, the different positive effect and positive vibe of sex. People have said that sex becomes a basic human need. It is something that every human should have and every human being should experience. In fact, some people are beginning to take it that it is a form of disability to be able to woo somebody else to have sex. It is a disability to be unable to find a sexual partner. Well, if you understand how things have always been, we've had several situations where we see companies and we see organizations who send their staff for conferences or some out of on-site jobs and all of that, sponsoring and funding sexual activities for these people. Paying for the call guests, paying for the lap dancers, paying for the escorts, adding it as part of their welfare. We have seen and heard many stories of military people while at the war front, while at some peacekeeping and the rest. They are supplied girls every evening that will kind of entertain them sexually and kind of give them sexual pleasure and the rest. So we get to see this happening every time of different people trying to be responsible. We will see it among relatives, among peers, among friends. You see somebody traveling, visiting an area for the first time, or coming over for a ceremony, or doing things, and the friends and the family who are around there are trying to arrange one guy or they are trying to arrange one girl for the person, right? So it is based on these different things that people are beginning to argue that sex should be regarded as a basic human need, as something that people need to survive, people need to live their lives. Yes, I do understand that by working with many people, working with many teenagers, working with many singles, working with a good number of married people, that once somebody has tasted sex, once a person has started having sex, it is almost impossible to make the person stop. It's not that it is not possible, it is very possible. Yes, we have had people who were sexually active before, but today they are not celibate. However, for those kind of people, they came to discover that there is just this need to have sex, to have more sex. In fact, I usually say that the more sex you have, the more sex you want to have. So, right? And that is why we find it becomes somehow like a hard drug. It becomes very addictive for people who are masturbating and people who are involved in pornography to always want more. The way our body functions and the kind of pleasure and the kind of effects that sexual activities has on us is that have on us is the fact that the moment you have it once, you usually will always want to have it. So is sex now a basic human need? If you're married, my answer to you is yes. Well, I would say generally it is yes, because usually I tell people something that if you remove sexual activities and sexual pleasure from the equation, many people will never get married. The reason why many people are getting married is because they want to have a safe haven, they want to have a proper atmosphere to be able to fulfill their sexual desires and to meet their sexual needs. And so if there is no sex, many people will not marry. Yes, we do understand that marriage is for companionship, marriage is for sexual pleasure and satisfaction, marriage is for procreation and the rest, and many other things that come with it. But in reality, if you remove the if you remove sexual activities and sexual pleasure from the equation, many people will choose and prefer to be single. So obviously it's very clear, it's obvious that we all want sex and we all need sex to function properly, right? Yes, we all need sex to function properly, and that's why I wanted to subscribe, because after this video, after now, I'm going to be doing a series on the side effects, the negative effects of no sex for a long time in marriage, and you see the effect of it, of people who have been sexually active before, who are no longer having sex. We find them going through so much frustration, going through much anger issues or confusion and the rest. So it now becomes a need for them not to be able to fall into those particular emotional state, as it were. So practically it's a basic need. So if you're married right now, you should know that sex is a basic human need of your spouse. It is not something that should be done only when you seek the pleasure to some extent, because sex is not only for pleasure, it's for recreation, it's for bonding, it serves as a tranquilizer to stress and the rest, and of course it relieves many body pain and many aches and all of that. So in your marriage, it should not be something that is optional. It should be something that is core. It's something that your spouse needs, even if your spouse does not really think he wants it right now. Remember that in economics, we are taught that wants are things we can live without, and needs are things we cannot live without. In marriage, sex is a need, a basic human need. And we always say this at the Alright Passion, that you should do everything possible to ensure that in your marriage, you and your spouse, you have sex at least once a week, whether you feel like having it, whether you don't feel like having it. The only reason, the only excuse why you may not want to do that is if there are medical reasons and medical conditions, medical health challenges, and if there's maybe a long distance that literally makes it practically impossible for you to have sex with your spouse. But if there is nothing like that, then you have to have sex at least once a week. It is a basic human need, just like shelter, just like security, just like food, just like clothing, and just like the right to life. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is El and I'm Alright. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Do not forget that I made mention earlier on that after now I'm going to be doing a series that is going to be about understanding the negative effects of not having sex in your marriage. So you definitely want to learn and avoid these pitfalls in your marriage so that you have a beautiful marriage. Thank you so much for watching this. Remember to drop a comment, remember to share this video with your friends, hit the notification bell so I get to know when we post every video. And hey, if you drop a comment or you drop a question or you send a WhatsApp message, you can be assured and that I'll be the one that will respond to it. Yes, I'll be the one that will personally respond to your message. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is El and I'm Alright. You rock.